And here we are. This is the guy.
Record show at Charlie's Collectibles. Come on out and see us. Stone Mountain.
That's
Be here
right.
at 5 o'clock.
Till 5 o'clock.
Thanks, Dave.
I'm here late today.
Yeah.
Check that out. But we're gonna go ahead and jump in here.
Okay, man.
And it's free now. Early bird was 9 o'clock. We're just coming from the. Oh, I hope the music doesn't get me in trouble. We're just coming from the Atlanta Comic Convention, and I am open a little bit early here today. But again, this is Charlie's Collectible Show, and they are hosting the Atlanta Record and CD Show today. Look at this costume. I would wear that, and I see Kay Munin is already here. And again, I've tried to get away from this speaker because you know how it is. The music can get you in quite a bit of trouble on YouTube. Unfortunately, it can get you into quite a bit of trouble on YouTube. Unfortunately, it's the Japanese labels for the Beatles here. But I'll go ahead and walk you through. Hey, how you doing? Look at that one.
Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Okay. The Ramones. That's a picture disc. I don't know how I feel about the Ramones because, oh, look at this. I don't know how I feel about the Ramones because they're like, they're not that fantastic, but they are significant. They are significant. And man, their music is everywhere too now. Everybody's playing bits and pieces of the Ramones. Lots of CDs in this section. CDs are making a comeback because, let me see, where should I start? Golly. There's the scope of it here. And again, we are at the CCS, which is Charlie's Collectibles Show in Stone Mountain, Georgia. But yeah, CDs are making a big comeback, if you haven't noticed. They're even selling them again in Walmart. Is Elvis. LPH is a big Elvis fan. Elvis, Bee Gees, and Beach Boys. LPH is a big fan. Big fan. And when I've walked through here also, and there is Austin. Is that you, Austin? It's hard for me to see it on the screen sometimes. There's LPH. Oh no! Look who it is. How you doing?
I called.
He'll give you really good deals. Actually, he's got some good stuff. He does. He comes up some weird stuff. It's pretty good. But after I'm done walking around through here, I can go ahead and show you the rest of the Charlie's Collectible because there are vendors in here. It's like an antique mall, but it's all toys. I have this one, Eighth Wonder. Terrible costumes, Sugar Hill Gang, before they lost the rights to their names because the label really ripped them off beyond anything I can even describe. They couldn't even use their own personal names. You heard the man, he says he has some good stuff. An REO Speedwagon. I wonder if we'll see Martin here. Look at that cover. Is that R. Crumb? Does that look like something R. Crumb would have drawn? Martin from Retroville is big on vinyl, and there's a possibility I have run into him at record shows. .45s. .45s will surprise you because sometimes they're shockingly valuable. Majority of .45s, not big money. What you find there? Oh, liquid. Yeah, yeah.
There you go. You're making a video.
With blood, blood when it spins, won't everything just go to the edges? There's Pastor Rick joining us. So we've actually ended up going to 2 shows today because we left earlier. The Atlanta recorded. No, I'm saying it backwards now. We left earlier. The Atlanta Comic Con. The Atlanta Comic Con, where we filmed a live walkthrough, and that was cool. We come over this way, and again, I'll try not to get into too much trouble with the music. I have to be really careful about the music because YouTube doesn't like it. YouTube does not like it. And now we're here. 8 tracks, good God. A lot of 8 tracks. David Bowie collection. $259. Excuse me. And I wasn't sure if we were going to get to any shows again because of the situation at home with Uncle. I fixed this for him. There we go. As many of you are aware, Uncle is very sick. And I mean, like, I'm waiting to see if I'm going to end up having to bury the poor guy. Sick. It's real. He wasn't too bad this morning. So we went ahead and went to the shows. There's De La Soul. You know how much trouble I had trying to track one of those down? I do have De La Soul. I do have it. Michael Jackson's The Wall. Right up there. As we run through here. Munin thinks that the bloody record is a neat gimmick. I suppose. Led Zeppelin. Prince looking ridiculous. Kraftwerk, Radioactivity. I think I have that one. Oh, we're on the wrong side of the table here. We're supposed to be over here. I think that the setup at the other location is bigger than out here. But still a lot of vinyl. Hey, it's Thriller. That's a classic. $28 each or 2 for $30.
It is $15 each now.
Yep.
Yeah, so 15, 5, 15.
There she is again. And I have not tried to dig through anything here yet, but just want to get a feel for the room first. It's turntable pads, you know, to help to protect the albums when you set them on the turntable so they're not directly touching the turntable, which is why you would want a turntable pad. Johnny Cash, everybody. Johnny Cash, not a great singing voice, but when he sang, he felt like he meant it. And that's what counts. There's a lot of musicians that are like that. Singers. Mick Jagger, not a great technical singer, but emotes very well and has a very distinctive voice. Oh, look at this patch deck. You know, LPH is famous for her patch jacket. Oh God, Professor Griff. Professor Griff, who broke away from Public Enemy because they weren't black enough. Just call it what it is. He is legitimately militant. And the other members of the band, Public Enemy, were faking it because it's just part of the act. And he took it personally. And was like, nah, you know what? Screw you guys.
Okay, so where do you place Jerry Butler's like after that? That's another good one.
Spying on you.
I see that.
There's a Professor Griff album down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's right up in front,
Okay.
But that's your
if you're curious.
Yep.
You make a stack
John Denver. I actually like John Denver. He did a lot with the Muppets.
Oh, that one. Okay.
He did a lot with the Muppets. Iron Butterfly. Classic. They did make more than just this album, by the way. Iron Butterfly did a ton of albums. Oh Lord, of course it has to be music pops. Somebody's buying pops. Let's watch this for a moment. Someone is buying Funko Pops. You saw it here first, folks. I'm teasing. Maybe he got a really good deal. I don't know. Oh yeah, he's walking away. He's happy. I can't see what it is. The Doors. He got the Doors box set Funko. All right. Well, if that's what he likes, that's what he likes, right? I can't fault anybody. Munin wants to know if I have the Crown. I do not have the Crown. Do not have the Crown. More CDs. Look at your vintage CDs in the thrift stores now while you can, before they start really jacking the prices up now that they realize CDs are coming back. And make sure you actually listen to them, because they can become defective. If they've been stored improperly and they've been exposed to transferences of heat and cold, CDs will screw up and then they won't play. There's LPH again. So do listen to those CDs and make sure that they're okay. Make sure that they're functional.
Estate sales, or find stuff there.
No, I don't do auctions. I yard
Oh,
sale.
Meatloaf.
I gave that up.
I like Meatloaf too. There's one of the booths here, one of the traditional Charlie booths. Some manga for you. Now I can get back into the lanes here, or try to. Again, just to give you an idea of how this looks. When they're at the other location, there is a charge, an entry fee to get in. But at the Charlie's Collectible show, there is not. There's a lot of pops here. There it is. That's the set that was purchased. I wonder what they paid for it. Yeah, he does toys. The Ramones again. Sergeant Pepper. More CDs, some DVDs. Again, CDs making a good comeback. Oh, more pops. McFarlane. And the picking bins. $5 each or 10 for 30. Sometimes these will surprise you. And you find a really decent album. Maybe it just has a crappy jacket. Because there is a grading process with the vinyl records that's actually even more complicated in some ways than comic books, because it's a multiple point grading process. You got to grade the jacket, grade the sleeve that's inside the jacket, and then grade the vinyl itself. Oh, it's the foreskins. I just realized. See? 4 skins. The good, the bad, and the 4 skins. You want to talk original punk bands from the UK? This is it. This is the stuff you never hear. Late 70s, early 80s punk band, the 4 skins. Took me a second when I looked at the record there. More 45s. Picture discs, which are always fun. I don't know if these are modern. They're without their jackets. And again, at the other location, I think it's larger. There he is. Tell him who you are.
I'm just a normal guy selling records. Just a normal dude who sells records.
Where are they going to find you?
They'll find me in Atlanta, that's for sure. Usually in Atlanta. I did an Orlando show the other day too. So,
Oh, okay.
in Knoxville and Alabama. And if I get lucky, I might buy a record store.
Oh, okay.
I got somebody who's thinking about selling it, so I might buy it. Who knows? But until then, the show's in Atlanta.
The show is what it is.
How you doing? You all right?
All right, yeah.
Good seeing you, bro.
Yeah, I'll be back around. Yeah, he usually comes up with some pretty decent stuff. He typically does only shows. Oh, Nirvana, Unplugged. Nirvana didn't really produce very much. There's another Nirvana there. It looks like she's pulling that. And the CDs. Lots and lots of CDs. Which, like I said, do be careful with CDs if you grab some. Just like DVDs too. If DVDs have been stored in an environment where it goes back and forth between heat and cold, heat and cold, heat and cold over and over and over again, then it can really badly damage that disc and it's not going to work. I've even had brand new DVDs that have never been opened and I pop the seal on it and put it in and it doesn't work, or there are parts that don't work. If it's like a TV series and certain episodes won't play. So yeah, the DVD is not an infallible form of media by any means. That's something to keep in mind. But of course, the big difference between, like I said, this show and the other location, because it goes back and forth now between Charlie's Collectible show location in Powder Springs and the other location at the VA, is that they charge and Charlie's doesn't, except for the early bird. Like if you wanted to come in at 9 o'clock, then there's a charge. If you want to come in after 10, it's free. Cassette tapes. Not too many cassette tapes here. Have you noticed any? The one guy had 8 tracks. Not looking for anything specific, honestly. Not looking for anything specific. But I never am.
Really, you're looking for that other.
I'm never looking for anything specific.
Well, it's for a friend's brother, so. But
I'm pretty sure I've got it.
They made a soundtrack of that.
if
I guess they make a
that's
soundtrack of
at all,
everything.
And they haven't found it, I'll call you and see what we can do.
Sure thing. Appreciate it.
Guess they make a soundtrack of absolutely everything. You know, like they still do. FYE exclusive. FYE still around. Oh, that's neat. Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and it's shaped like a pumpkin. Yeah. Translucent disc. I have this one. Charlie Brown Christmas. It's very nostalgic, actually. The Charlie Brown Christmas, very nostalgic. That's a tattoo you. Beatles. These look like repressings, a lot of them. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know what you're getting. Oh, look at that. It's a print, an official print of the Ernie Banks portrait that's used in the show Good Times for the opening theme. And of course, he was the artist that did the artwork for Good Times that was supposed to be JJ's work. Up the $5 box, $2 box, $1 box. More CDs. Meet the Beatles. Second album. Hard Day's Night. Rough Shape. That's a good one, Rubber Soul. Like I said, they're in rough shape, but if the vinyl is good, then hey. Oh God, the grasshoppers. Elvis. More CDs, not a lot of, hardly any actually cassette tapes. Hardly any cassette tapes. So again, bigger show, the other location. Look at that. Yesterday and today. This show is a little smaller, but it's free. The Monkees, underrated. That's a reprint, a recent pressing. I have a bunch of Monkees albums, actually. They're not that hard to find. Very popular. Very nostalgic. Hey, they're very nostalgic. Oh, look at that. I wonder if LPH has seen this one. Beach Boys Rock and Roll Best 20. Japanese pressing. She's got a huge Beach Boys collection. David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust. And there's Stone Sour. Glad you could make it, Stone Sour, and made a donation to the channel. Thank you. Again, all the help we can get with our feline friends. Donations go to our cat shelter. Now I'm saying it backwards. And there's Blue Splash, Robert, Saturday morning fan joining us. Said that he missed the first 20 minutes. That's okay, we'll be here. Hey, Bat Dance soundtracks.
Are you doing it? The Rollins?
Tron. Oh, Tron Legacy, never mind.
Yeah.
I'd be more interested in the original Tron myself.
There's some good players in there, man. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm telling you, you'll dig it. You'll
Yeah.
dig it. I got you.
Double Dragon. Oh, that was a terrible film. Flash Gordon, that should be pretty good. Anything there stand out?
You'll find some.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, like I said, they make a soundtrack out of anything. Any movie. Any movie.
That's 70.
Hey.
That's 100.
That's a classic.
25, brother.
Saturday Night Fever, for sure. I think so.
I got you. This is good. You'll like it, man.
In theory, they could make a picture disc out of for any album. They just don't. You know, he's still on tour. I think he's like 81 or something crazy. No, he does not sound the same, and he should stop. He should 100% stop. Aw, look at that. Actually, I gave LPH this very album. Picture disc. Ragged Ann and Andy. The Happiness album.
Appreciate it, man. Did you need it back? You got one? I got you.
The classic zipper front with the real zipper on it. Prince being Prince. Yeah, if you're going to buy this, you got to get the one with the real zipper, not the simulated zipper. Snoop Dogg. Oh my God. I've seen that one here a couple of times today. Caddyshack. A lot of soundtracks today. A lot of soundtracks today. Exorcist. Is that lenticular? It looks like it should be, but it's not working. Oh, there we go. Can I get it to work? Little Shop of Horrors. Usually you don't see too many soundtracks, actually. You would think there'd be a crap ton of them. More of Charlie's Collectible back there. Typically they're only open on the weekends. Charlie's Collectible show, which again, the location is basically a like an antique mall, but only with toys and a lot of anime related stuff, as you can see from the background there. And like I was suggesting, you know, when I'm done walking through here, before I start doing any picking myself, I can run you through the actual mall itself so that you can take a look and see what the rest of Charlie's Collectible show looks like. If you'd like to see that. Saturday mornings at VHS for the teens. Yeah, there's very, very little. I mean, there's a handful here. But like I said, this is going to be a smaller setup than what you normally see at the VA when this show sets up there. But then again, this show is free. Spinal Tap. This show is free, and the other show you do have to pay for admission. James Brown show of tomorrow. If it's live, it'll be really good. James Brown was better live than on vinyl, actually. So if you really want to hear James Brown at his finest, you gotta see the live performances. I could almost say the same thing of Meatloaf, actually. I think he's much better live than on the album, than on the vinyl. But if you're into vinyl, it's fun. It's a cool setup. Cool setup. It's a Beatles standee. $225. $225 for the Beatles countertop display there. And that looks like that's about it. Again, not nearly as big as the other location. Still a lot to choose from, though. There's still a lot going on here. As I've said before, I'm not specifically looking for anything. I'm not specifically looking for anything. If something catches my eye, I may pick it up. Yeah, Munin says it's bigger than the earlier show. Yes. Oh, she's still over there. She must be onto something. That's where I left her. LPH in her Public Enemy jacket. She must be onto something. Oh, there's Prince dressed semi-appropriately. Give him $10 for the whole box. Now I can try to run you through the rest of Charlie's Collectible show here real quick, just to give you a feel for it, for what the place looks like. I've been through here before. I was actually, let me get past this music here really quickly before I get in trouble. I've got enough problems. But I was actually the first person to come through and film Charlie's Collectible show and interview him way back when he first opened. You'll see that there's a lot of like card trading places in here, a lot of anime stuff. This is typically what you see. They're usually opened on the weekends. Oh. Hey. They do host events here. They try to do a different theme every month. So there's a booth back there that's closed. So I did not look by there. This guy's just getting opened. All of the booths are in these cages for protection. So you can lock your section up, and that way, you know, people can't just kind of come in and do whatever. So it is secure. There is security here. To give you a good feel for it. Like I said, they do host different events. They have like Magic, the Gathering card events, and here's a snack area. video game events. Oh, Holy Grail. And again, no crown today. I'm not wearing the crown. But since we're in here, like I said, give you a feel for what CCS looks like inside. So he's filled up with a lot more vendors than I remember when he first opened. So it seems like he's doing pretty good. Look, there's the Star Wars character everybody loves to hate right there. This guy's closed, which he should be open because it's the weekend. Oh, not for sale. Better get it out of here before it gets destroyed. Oh, look at the floaty. Pool float. And like I said, a lot of this is not my cup of tea. You know, I'm not into cards and all of that kind of stuff. But, you know, there are a lot of people that are. It'll give you an opportunity to kind of see what else goes on here if you're ever in the area. And again, it's typically open on weekends. You can find CCS on Facebook and see what upcoming events they have. Wow, they're really cranking that music up. I hope I don't get in trouble. I like the inflatable Godzilla. That's neat. I wouldn't get one. Oh, that's the popcorn bucket. That's the Herbie popcorn bucket. Let's see. Now, I would have wanted that, but I wasn't going to go to the theater and spend $75 on it. That just wasn't going to happen. But, you know, I would have wanted a Herbie, but I wasn't going to do all that. Forget it. So if you're into this sort of thing, now you know where to come. Not a lot of vintage. There's a smattering here and there of vintage toys, which you know I would be much more interested in personally. Vintage toys, vintage action figures. And we're back to the main event, which is, of course, is the vinyl record show.
It said, yeah, just run it. Who cares? This is not. This is just gonna be able to live. I wouldn't.
Those third scale statues. Are that Queen Studios or is that Prime One? They have real hair, except for the Superman. It's rooted hair. Oh, that stuff's expensive. Very, very expensive. Yeah, it seems like it's very, very more so card oriented than anything. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, you know, that kind of stuff. It seems like it's far more in that direction than a lot of other stuff at this show. And I apologize if I've missed comments. I do try to keep up, but it's kind of hard to see with the glare. Oh, look at this. Supergirl, Superman 2. Terminator, Black Hole. Close Encounters. Rocketeer, Voltron. That's neat to see. It's neat to see this a display like that with a lot of the vintage cards on it, Alf Series 1 and 2. A lot of manga over in there, see? And it is selling. I know people have been getting on Jim Lee for a statement he made just recently. Saturday Morning says have the Voltron ones. Okay. Jim Lee recently, because he was saying that manga outperforms modern comic books. And man, they gave him a ton of shit on the internet for that. But he's, you know, the numbers don't lie. If they're selling better than modern comics, then he's right. What are you going to get mad at him for? You see what I'm saying? Oh, I like these. The throws. I didn't know they did them in this type of format. Those like furniture throws. You throw it over a chair or a sofa. We have a couple in our house, but not these. Not anything like that. I got to do some tours. I got to do a spinner rack. Hey, this is more of a modern spinner rack, obviously. And of course, the spinner rack is not for sale. Oh, no photos, it says. I can't take pictures over here for some reason. No photos, no photos. All right, I'll leave you alone. And look at this. When we went to the Atlanta Comic Convention, the big show, there was a vendor who had a ton of these. It looks like they're having a hard time keeping them full. Look at that. Capsule return, thank you. These are, and I thought this was one of the more interesting things that I saw at the Atlanta Comic Convention. Not the Atlanta Comic Con, the ATL Comic Convention, which we filmed. We were given press passes and we went out there, and I was kind of disappointed. Thank you. That's right. Munin says Gashapon. I can't remember. I couldn't remember what it was called off the top of my head. And they appear to be, these are all empty. These still have a few things in them, a couple. But there was a vendor at the ATL Comic Convention that had a couple of booths full of these. He imported all the way from Japan. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting because it's something you don't normally see. But what I didn't expect was to have 800 vendors and only 5 of them had comic books, if you're going to call yourself a Comic Con, for God's sake. See what I'm saying? That bothered me. And I didn't think it was that great of a show, and I don't think I would bother to go back. If they invited us again, I don't think I would do it. This is what I like to see. Vintage. Because it's more interesting to me than all the new stuff. And I'm not out there looking for autographs. And then they gave me a hard time anyways when I did get close to their like C, D, E, F, and G celebrities. Tongue in cheek. I think the biggest person they had out there was Ric Flair, and he didn't show up. He canceled, which I understand why though. He had a surgery on his face, so he had a big bandage on his face. So I don't blame him. He was like, listen, I just don't feel up to it. I'm not going to make it. I get it. But I think he was the biggest name that was there. He didn't come. What are you going to do? And there's Decab. It says ATL Comic Con is a voice actor con. More than anything, with some vendors, the first year was great, but it's been trash year after year ever since. Oh boy. Yeah, and like I said, you know, if that's your thing, if you like a bunch of cosplay and you like standing in line all day waiting to get an autograph and get shoved on, and I'm still being tongue-in-cheek here, you know, that's cool. If that's what you want, that's cool. Okay? That's not what I'm looking for. I want to see vintage comic books. I want to see vintage toys. I want to see vinyl records. You know, all of that. Anything nostalgic, I can appreciate. Anything nostalgic, I can appreciate, even if I'm not into it. And it just didn't have it. And I think they ought to call themselves something else besides Comic Con if there's no comic books there. I think I have this one. Atlanta Rhythm. I do. I have this one from the Atlanta Rhythm section.
Oh no.
One point, and I always make this point about the vinyl record shows also, you do see younger people here. Unlike at the comic shows where it looks like someone dragged them to the show and they're like, they could care less about comics. At the vinyl show, you do see younger people and they are interested in the records. And I'm like, okay, you know, it's one of those things. Oh no! It's one of those things where the culture has transcended. Although vinyl is not nearly as big as it ever was. You know, people say, oh, it's making a comeback. Not really. Not really. Because you're talking about, from my era, when a record store was the size of Walmart. Not a section in Walmart. And take a look at this. I gotta show the patch jacket. Do you mind?
What's that?
I'd love to take a look at the jacket real quick. That's really excellent.
Thanks.
My wife has something similar with a lot of patches on it. But that's I love seeing stuff like that. But yeah, again, I'm coming from an era, you remember Tower Records, you remember places like that, where it was the size, this whole building would be vinyl records, and it's all new. And nowadays, it's like 5 feet of real estate in Walmart. That's not a comeback. That era is over, but there's still interest. See what I'm saying? There's still interest. So, hello, Nasty. And In Excess. I've got a bunch of Beastie Boys on CD that I picked up at a flea market for like $1 a piece not too long ago. Is LPH still over there? Or did she move on? I want to find. She's still over there. Oh my God. She's worked her way behind the booth and is sorting through his stuff. She must have really hit on something. Good for her. Good for her. Truly, if she's happy, I'm happy. Really. If she's happy, I'm happy. So there you go. If you've never been, if you're into the vinyl record scene, I recommend it. Tears for Fears. I recommend coming out and checking it out. We don't get to a lot of them, but we do come to these shows. We do come to these shows. I think it's worth taking a look. That's the Beatles White Album. Oh, how you doing?
Good.
Where are you set up?
We're right here.
Oh, this is you. Tell them who you are.
Pete Mitchell. And we got my younger brother is here, and our older brother has the most.
Okay.
Deep transact.
Do you have a setup anywhere else, or you just do the shows?
Just the shows.
Just the shows. Okay.
He set up a hardware store in London.
Really? All right. Yeah, thanks. But I do remember, if you're into that scene, I think it's worth giving it a look. Robert says, which celebrities? Are you talking about the ATL Comic Con? Where they had people who made appearances in movies and TV shows back in like the 80s and 70s that think they're still A-listers and charge like $1 million for an autograph? Those kind of celebrities at the ATL Comic Convention. And you do the meet and greet, and the meet and greet is you get to take a selfie and you have to pay for it. And then they tell you to move on. That kind of celebrity scene. And I'm really snarky about it, honestly, because when I was, again, going way back, when I was working with the Great Eastern Conventions in Boston, back in the early 90s, autographs were free. Autographs were free. You could stand there and talk to people. They didn't care. You could take pictures with people. You met an artist. You wanted to get a sketch. It was like $5 or $10. And that era is dead. It is absolutely dead, and they milk the hell out of you now for every dime you can get. To the point where it's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you got guys who, like Mark Hamill, who's not even an A-lister anymore, I'm sorry, charging like $800 for an autograph. Oh, hey, how'd I miss that? Look at the Coca-Cola board. That's cool. But yeah, it was free. Even big names, Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, guys like that used to show up at the Great Eastern. Free autographs, free. That's just incredible to go from that to where we are now.
They're just like smart, you know, like
Go from that to where we are now. It's like, what the hell happened?
That's right.
Or like Corey Feldman charging $175 for an autograph. Like anybody, oh look, Frog and Toad on his shirt. I used to read that when I was a kid. Like, who wants Corey Feldman's autograph at this point? I mean, nothing against Corey Feldman, but he's not, I don't think he's big enough for $175 for a signature. Anyways, I've prattled on long enough. So you've seen the show, and you've seen the what the rest of Charlie's collectible looks like. You know, I have not seen Charlie, though. I didn't see him here today. I'd have pointed him out if I did. Like I said, we were the first ones to film this place, CCS, and we were the first ones to interview Charlie way back when he first got started. But I did not see him today. Yeah, DeCab says 2 for 2 on the live streams today. Yeah, I figured, what the hell, if we were coming anyways, may as well knock it out. So I'll go ahead and I'll wrap it up. Special thanks to Stone Sour, made a donation on this stream. Again, goes a long way towards helping us with our felines. I'm up to 20 now because that one stray, one of the strays brought another one that I've never seen before. And I'm like, oh my God, that's 20. Prayerfully, if Uncle lives, because Uncle is extremely sick and they don't know what's wrong with him. They don't know what's wrong with him, but he's got zero energy and he's just in pain. So I'm fearful that I'm going to lose him, and I hope I don't. But, you know, it is what it is. Prayers for poor Uncle is all I can say. So I'll go ahead and wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hope you enjoyed taking the walkthrough with me. And we will catch you again sometime soon.